Man, I'm so emotional about this particular news. I'm fuming inside. I'm just trying to hold it together. This is apparently our new sponsor. Most likely, it's going to be done and dusted. Matt Law has reported this. We'll, of course, talk about this and the other major transfer news that's floating around in regards to Caicedo. So let's go.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look, we're going to park this one for a little later in this particular segment. We're going to start things off with transfer news. We'll get to the whole stake gambling sponsorship. It's something that is very, very dear to me. It's something that makes me very emotional, something that makes me talk about a lot of uncomfortable stuff in my life. And I want to share this with you guys. I know a lot of you guys, I've just posted something in the community. There's a few people that are like me, just because it's haram or forbidden in Islam, that doesn't mean that it should stop Chelsea. Look, that's fine, each to their own, but I want to share my story to you guys. But before we do all of that, let's go through the transfer news. A lot happening in regards to Moses Caicedo. Seems to be, that we are advancing on that particular player. So let's kick things off. Let's look at what has transpired over the last 24 hours in regards to this particular transfer saga, and let's give our comment in regards to this, and then we'll move on to the next particular player, and then eventually enough we'll talk about the sponsorship. And also, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're there for the live stream tomorrow. I've got the bad boy Yunus Talks Football in the house, and we'll be talking about the sponsorship situation in a far better, bigger detail. So don't miss out on tomorrow's live stream. It should be around 9:30 a.m. UK time. So pencil that down. Yunus will be here on the other side of the coin. First up, breaking. Arsenal have withdrawn their interest from Moses Caicedo. So this is how the day started. Journalists letting us know that Arsenal will not be in the race for Moses Caicedo, which hopefully now gives us a clear opportunity to go after someone like Caicedo. But then again, as I've always said, I don't even think Arsenal is the biggest concern here. I think we should have a close eye on Manchester United. Bayern Munich are in the shout as well. They've been looking for a defensive midfielder. They've been going after Rice. So don't disregard all of this as yet. And also, Brighton, ladies and gentlemen, they're valuing this player. I told you we're going to have to break the bank. So wait till I show you the news, how much Brighton owner values Caicedo. It's going to, your jaws are going to drop. The Times, Chelsea and Manchester United interest in Caicedo as well. Excuse me. Next up in the news, Chelsea are working hard to sign Moses Caicedo, and talks have been taking place for weeks. Chelsea have always been front runners over Arsenal. This is what Fabrizio Romano has been saying, and he's been very consistent in regards to this. So this is what gives me a little bit of comfort that maybe we are in for a huge shout for this particular player. And look, as I've always mentioned all throughout this saga, Caicedo will be a game changer for us in midfield. I've said this way back when Caicedo wasn't even a link. Last season, January, I was talking about Caicedo when Thomas Tuchel was around. Do you know what I mean? So for me, this is not a player that I've just recently started to appreciate. I've been appreciating him for a long time. I've just been annoyed about the whole Brighton, scenario where they've just been treating us like a dog. Do you know what I mean? They've been just dragging us and they've been milking us, and we've done some bad business with them as well. Some of the players I like, obviously Cucurella, I really, really appreciate, but we paid over the top. And now looks like we may have to pay over the top for Caicedo as well. So look, I'm glad Fabrizio Romano has stayed consistent with this particular news all along. He's been saying Chelsea are the front runners. They've got their upper hand over Arsenal. So hopefully soon this will come into fruition. Moses Caicedo fully open to joining Chelsea even without European football. This has come from Ben Jacobs. And that's a big thing. That's a huge thing. And I thought that would be a bit of a concern, that Moses Caicedo might select a Champions League team ahead of us. Obviously, we don't have European football. But look, I'm not counting my chickens as yet. Until I hear a proper here we go, and also the player holding the jersey, because sometimes here we go can go sideways as well. So I'm a bit cautious about all of these things. Look, obviously I put Fabrizio Romano as on top. Like if we see a here we go, then hopefully he's going to be our player. But it's not finalized as yet. So I'm glad though that there are some news floating around that he will choose us ahead of everyone else. Caicedo wants Chelsea, similar to how Rice wants Arsenal. This is from the Secret Scout. The Secret Scout, this particular account, don't just tweet for the sake of tweet. They tweet when they know something. So hopefully they're onto something in regards to Caicedo here. That is the case, that Arsenal have relaxed their situation on Caicedo and they're going after Declan Rice, and that, you know, Caicedo is coming to us because we are the ones who are well advanced in conversation for Caicedo. Chelsea will certainly have to pay well over 80 million to land Caicedo. Tony Bloom is understood to value him as high as 120 million. Chelsea prepared to offer players, possibly including Gallagher. This is from Matt Law. This is what I mean, ladies and gentlemen. It's not over as yet. Chelsea believe personal terms wouldn't be an issue with Caicedo. Perfect. I like to believe that personal terms should not be an issue with a club of our size. But then again, the Ugarte situation was a bit of an eye-opener for me. Although I think the right decision has been made with Ugarte. If PSG are offering double the wages from what they were offering initially, then obviously we need to move on from it. But I was just feeling that this season we're going to be a little bit of a penny pincher. We're going to be a little bit stingy. We're going to try and, you know, fix our wages. I'm still keen to see what type of personal terms agreement we provide for Caicedo, but apparently it shouldn't be an issue. So that's great to know. You'd believe he'll be very close to 200k. That's what I'm thinking. Very, very close to 200k. 120 million. Tony Bloom. This is the thing, man. Brighton, they will milk us. They will milk us. And look, if we can give them Gallagher to sweeten the deal, oh, please. I don't know how Gallagher is going to fit in Brighton style, but that's their issue. That's Roberto De Zerbi's issue. That's not our issue. But if we can sweeten the deal, if they do value him about 120 million, and if we can bring him down to about 80 and give them Gallagher, let's offset. Do you know what I mean? Absolutely try our best to offset. I do think Caicedo is not worth 120 million. I truly do believe Caicedo is worth about 80 max in this market, because he's got a lot of demand. He's one of the best midfielders in the Premier League. So Brighton essentially is getting Gallagher on a free here, and it doesn't totally sit well with me, because Gallagher has a market value for at least 40 million. So we could potentially get someone like Caicedo for 80 and still sell someone like Gallagher for 40 to 45 million to Newcastle or whoever else that he's been interested by recently, and potentially we can offset the Caicedo price even further. But in this manner, if they do value him at 120 and we give them Gallagher to bring him down to 80, yeah, we are not getting that value for Gallagher. But then again, obviously we're getting a top-notch midfielder in regards to Caicedo. Let me know how you feel about that if that's the case. For me, look, if that's how it's got to go down, then that's how it's got to go down. But see, this is what I mean about Brighton. I hope after this scenario with Caicedo that we stop dealing with Brighton Football Club. Chelsea do not have an intention to enter the race for Declan Rice. I did say that if somehow Arsenal find a way to get Caicedo, then we've got to do our level best to get Declan Rice. We cannot give them both. And they do have the capacity to get both. So I'm glad that we are now well advanced with Caicedo and they're going towards Declan Rice. And, perfect that Arsenal are not getting both of them. If Arsenal got both of them, I think that would have been curtains for a lot of us. And on top of that, yeah, Rice wants European football. So yeah, we don't have everything that Rice desires. Arsenal are believed to have withdrawn from signing Moses Caicedo as they line up a bid close to 100 million for Rice. This is from Jacob Steinberg. So Declan Rice to Arsenal, probably getting hotter and hotter. Fabrizio latest tweet on Caicedo. Chelsea and Caicedo working behind the scenes since long time, more than 1 month. There's still work to do, step by step, from Fabrizio Romano. Perfect, step by step. I like it when these journalists, they say step by step. Yeah, things are going down there. Caicedo chose Chelsea, this is the report from Florian Plattenberg. It's saying Caicedo news. Caicedo has decided to join Chelsea. Final negotiations now. So let's see, man. This is coming from Sky Sports in Ecuador, obviously closer to the players' camp. Look, I can't wait. I just wanted to get closer and closer. Big David Ornstein, article, please. Orny, make us all horny with that Caicedo tweet very, very soon. And then obviously the Fabrizio Romano one will be fantastic. Okay, next up is in regards to Kai Havertz. Let us know everything about how you feel in regards to Caicedo in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you feel about Gallagher, swap, Caicedo, 120 price tag. Let me know. Do you think there's a final twist as well? Bayern Munich are interested. Man United, are they just watching or they're just bidding their time, right? So let me know all about that. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Kai Havertz has accepted Arsenal's contract proposal, now down to clubs to agree the fee. This is from Fabrizio Romano. Massive, massive news. Kai Havertz has accepted the personal proposal. Look, touted to be about 200k per week. Apparently, that is a upgrade to what he's on right now, which is about 150, 160, something like that. This is what people have been saying, 165k. I do apologize. I got it wrong yesterday. I thought he was about 250k. I saw this a while back, but look, it's fine. I take my complete responsibility if I got that wrong. So it looks like it's an upgrade for him going towards Arsenal Football Club. And let's find a deal. If Arsenal are willing to pay about 60 million, let's do this. I don't have time to dilly-dally around with Kai Havertz. I've seen enough. Time to move on. And if he blows up at Arsenal, kudos to you, my man. Kudos to you. It didn't work out for you at Chelsea Football Club. We've seen enough of you. 3 seasons worth, under multiple managers. I'm not going to hold my breath that, you might have worked out under Poch. You might not as well. And the bottom line is, Stone Cold said so. That Kai Havertz don't want to be at Chelsea Football Club. So it's time to move on. Andre Santos is said to be part of Chelsea preseason after granted US visa. Pochettino wants to test him. He could be in the next season squad. I love this. This once again from Fabrizio Romano. Get that work permit done. Join the preseason. Have a stellar preseason. And all of us want to see how you do. Honestly, not just Pochettino, the fans as well, of course. And I hope he surprises us. I hope there is a chance for him to be included into the first team. We need midfielders. We can't go into the market and just buy everyone. Looks like we are well and truly on our way to get Caicedo. Hopefully, fingers crossed on that. But yeah, we've already missed out on Ugarte. 100%. We're not going to be going out there and just trying to get another 2 or 3 midfielders. Players like Andre Santos. We'll see what happens with Chukwuemeka, Cesare as well. They're going to have to make up the numbers in midfield. So look, very, very looking forward as to what Andre Santos does in the preseason. This preseason, I'm going to be focused like a hawk. Okay, all of the transfer news now finished. Now I'm going to focus on the sponsorship. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about all the transfer news that's transpired today. Smash the like button as well while you're at it. Now, this is where it gets... I feel heavy-hearted. Honestly, I feel heavy-hearted. Ladies and gentlemen, steak. I didn't know what steak was. I thought it was like a, beef steak. At first, I was having a laugh. Minority steak, that recent thing that was going around. I later find out that this is a gambling company. This is a gambling institution. Let's go through the news, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on it. All right? New. Chelsea are in talks with Stake, Everton's current shirt sponsor. Allianz only offered 20 million a year. Okay, so look, these guys are offering a lot of money. I get it. This is apparently going to be our next sponsor. This is well and truly happening. Some people are asking, is this official? It probably will be very official. I'll tell you why. Because it's coming from Matt Law. Matt Law, generally with these things, you got to take him seriously. Chelsea are in final talks for Stake to become the new shirt sponsor, 1-year deal. Let me just go back that I didn't miss anything underneath over here. Yep. Sports Business understands an agreement between Chelsea and company from the crypto company fell through at the last minute. So we were looking at other stuff, but it fell through. Now we're going with Stake. Chelsea are in final talks for Stake to become the new shirt sponsor. 1 year deal as well. So it's not something for years and years. And also, Premier League, I think they're banning gambling sponsorships after the season 25-26 or the start of season 25-26. So it's mad when Premier League are imposing that you cannot have gambling companies as your sponsor in a couple of seasons' time, and we're going out there doing this business. Like, it just goes against everything. And I'm going to get to even deeper sort of level. As I said, there'll be a live stream tomorrow with Eunice. Make sure you're there, 9:30 a.m. UK. The deal with Stake would be estimated to be on a similar level to 340 million a year. So yeah, it's a lot of money. Chelsea would only be able to sell shirts displaying Stake in adult sizes, with kids' shirts showing no sponsor. Like, when you get that scenario where you can have it in adult size, but you can't have it for kids, like, you can tell morally this is not right. Morally, it's just not right. So yeah, these are all the latest in regards to Stake. And I think recently I saw that Matt Law tweet out that it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Stake will be official. Now, let's talk a little bit about this. Gambling sponsorship. From a religious standpoint, I'll get to that later, because some people don't like me talking about my own religion in my own channel. Some people get a bit offended by that. I don't understand why. Very, very strange, right? My channel, I should be able to express how I want to express. From a moral standpoint, gambling company as your sponsor. Let me share some personal stories about this. I shared this a few streams ago as well. This gambling thing, this is pure evil. I'm telling you from first-hand experience. This ruins lives. I know people out there put that disclaimer: gamble responsibly. This has such a hold on a human being. You forget being responsible. And what's there to be responsible? Look, if you want to go and gamble, you do it on your own. But why are we promoting this? This ruins lives. It ruins friendship. It ruins relationships. It ruins your well-being. Why are we trying to promote this? It's probably one of the worst addiction out there, man. Worst. I probably even think it's worse than alcoholism or any other addiction. This, you don't understand. When I was 17, 18, I think 2006 World Cup, I believe, was on the 2002 World Cup, I think. The Korea World Cup, South Korea World Cup, the Asia World Cup. That's when I first got my first taste on this. The adrenaline rush I got after winning the first, gambling thing, whatever you do. I'm putting my first gamble, basically winning my first gamble. The adrenaline rush you get from that, you just want to keep doing and doing and doing. And then before you know it, you're so deep into it, you're asking from friends to give you money. Friends starts resenting you. They move away from you because all you seem to do is just want money from them. You don't want to pay them back. You lose a lot of money. I still remember my father caught me in a gambling center and me placing down bets. And my father caught me. He saw my car parked outside. And he said, "What are you doing here?" I still remember I felt so embarrassed. Now, coming to Australia, parents having so much high hopes about their kids making a living here. And they moved here because of us. And here I am, gambling. I used to go home, used to see my mum cry because I was so neck deep in gambling. I couldn't get out of it. Losing money wasn't even the matter anymore. It was just a matter of just gambling. This is what we want to promote in our shirt. I don't even want to talk about how it doesn't even look that great from a looks point of view. I mean, sometimes money shouldn't be everything. Just because these guys are giving us an offer of 40 million and Allianz 20, surely we can just cover that money elsewhere. Try and sell players, try and do other things. Whatever happened to being responsible in a corporate level, corporate responsibility? What message are we sending here? Why does a company like a betting company need to be promoted? Why do we need a sponsorship from them? Why are we promoting this? Why should this be in our shirt, bright and wide, promoting this worldwide, globally? From a moral stand view, like, this is mad. What's next? Promote liquor as well, alcoholism, this, that, the other. Now let's come to the religious standpoint. This is where some people get a bit iffy and get a bit annoyed, but this is the honest truth. Gambling in Islam, for Muslims, it's forbidden. Straight up forbidden. How you want to take that, that's up to you. Just don't get upset, don't get mad. These are the honest truth. How would have N'Golo Kante felt if he still stayed around, knowing he's a practicing Muslim? For him to put stake, a betting company's logo, all over his shirt and going out there, like, it goes against Muslim players. I'm pretty sure Wesley Fofana is Muslim as well. On top of that, Chelsea held, I think, the first club to hold an open iftar during Ramadan. What a fantastic gesture for Muslims. And they do that for many other religions as well. Like for Hindus, I think they've done the Diwali celebration and many other stuff. And that's great. So you do that iftar, open iftar during Ramadan, and then you want to promote betting companies. All the Muslim fans worldwide, like, you have to think about your fan base worldwide, how you are impacting that. There's a large fan base in Asia, Middle East, from Muslim background that follow Chelsea. You do need to think about all of this. You don't want to be going out there and just upsetting a certain group of people when it's unnecessary. Like, gambling is pure evil, man. It's straight up pure evil. I'm telling you. I've seen people's lives get destroyed. Because when I used to gamble, I used to meet other gamblers, obviously. I used to see and hear their stories. Marriages being broken down. I saw once, right in front of my eyes, someone losing 25,000 on one bet. Right in front of me. There were some horse races going on. He put 25,000 on a particular horse. Can you imagine? $25,000 on a horse. A horse. You're riding on a horse, $25,000. What about that family, man? 25 grand gone. This is all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. Look, for me, it don't make sense. Allianz, 20 million, so be it. It looks nicer as well. It looks nicer. Fans are at least not going to be irate about it. 40 million for 1 year as well seems very desperate. And this ownership, man, what I even say, every time I feel like I want to give this ownership a new opportunity, I want to start again, they bring me down to a different level of low, man. Surely they cannot contemplate this, but looks like they will contemplate this. Honestly, look, I know it doesn't mean anything to you guys. Me personally, I can't buy Chelsea shirt next season, man, until we find a new sponsor. How can I buy this knowing what it's done to my life? I'm pretty certain it will do the same thing. And you don't even need to be Muslim. Yeah, a lot of people that have been affected through gambling, non-Muslim people as well, they won't be able to do this because they'll be traumatized thinking about this. Sponsoring a company that has the potential of ruining lives. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's all I have to say about this. Let me know your thoughts in regards to everything we've talked about, the sponsorship, in regards to the transfer news, in the comment section below. Hope you guys have enjoyed this. Smash the like button. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. And please keep the comments sensible. You don't need to agree with me, but please don't attack me or anyone else. Like, sensibly comment about this particular sensitive issue. So yeah, subscribe if you're here for the first time. Till next time. See ya.